Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. This time it's not a lemon, it's a clementine. Clementino? There's a nice Arabic song for Clementino. Oh, you know what? Did I tell you guys that I created my own skincare brand when I was 16 years old? So I got the idea because I used to get the pills and then rub the essential oils on my skin. And I loved it so much and it was very potent. And then I created my own skincare mostly scrubs. I started off with scrubs and then it became lotions and then became butters and etc. etc. So I love how to make skincare and I do take care of my skin a lot. So I hope everyone's doing well. How's the trading journey going for everyone there? You guys enjoying it so far? Bismillah. You know that the dash thing that I gave you guys is a free trade. Is absolutely a runner. Is absolutely a runner. Twenty 25% today, 16% yesterday. A good trade, right? Let's say, hi, John. Doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. Hi, I love Wales. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, this is the time where I answer all of your technical analysis questions. I help you guys if you've got anything like that you don't understand. Stop it with the runner. I'm not going to answer any coins that are running. That's for my VIP. They paid for that for a reason. Hi, Haroon. Good to see you here. Sure. Okay. So, again, I don't know how to do the video thing. Oh, this is so cute. Like, you guys are awesome. Teşekkür ederim. That's so cute. Lots of love from the pagan community. Are you trying to shade me? Hi, Rika. Okay, so to answer the very first question I got, which is Haroon. Haroon, you asked me how do I select my trades? Number one, you have to pull in all the coins from Binance and put them on your TradingView charts platform. That's number one. Number two, if I were you, I would select the coins that only have a lot of data. When I speak about data, I'm talking about so many candlesticks that have existed since 2017 minimum. So don't try to go for the new ones. Then, number three, there's going to be a lot of them. So then you filter through them. How do you filter, you might ask? Start with the monthly, then go down to the weekly. All you have to do is highlight the ones that have a weekly consolidation. Consolidation means you have candles being stacked by one another. That's what consolidation means. That's it. Select those because obviously, if you do pull out all the coins from Coinbase and you put them into your trading view, you're going to find plenty that you're going to have to go through. Instead, once you get that, highlight the ones that have a weekly or a monthly consolidation. Consolidation means, for example, for the last 5 months, has it just been going sideways? The same price, ranging at the same price? If the answer is yes, you've got your consolidation. Then you see the latest candle, this month's candle, is it about to break? If the answer is yes, you buy before the breakout, and congratulations, you just made 250%. It's really that easy, Harun. I'm not joking. So it's not about, okay, you're gonna have so many coins to go through. You just have to be able to kind of determine, according to your trading plan, which ones is worth your time. So for me, the ones that are worth my time are the ones on the weekly and the monthly consolidation. Anything else is not worth my time. Because if I get agreement from the monthly time frame and I get agreement from the weekly time frame, that's all I need to know, that I'm doing a good job. Exactly. 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 That's it. Process of elimination. The best traders are those that can see 1,000 opportunities line up in front of them, and they're always going to be able to select the best one out. And what you do as a trader, what the best thing you should do as a trader is go through all of them and say, which one am I actually risking my money on? Which one is worth me spending some time on? That's it. And the answer to that is go to the weekly and the monthly. The longer the consolidation, meaning the longer the period that this coin didn't do anything, is the better for you, because that tells you there's a high chance of it breaking. And when it does break, the breakout is going to be massive. I love anything that hasn't moved for such a long time. It's been consolidating for such a long time on the weekly and the monthly, because that tells me I am risking literally zero. Because what is the lowest that I can go? It's been going sideways for so many months. What's the lowest that it can do? And then all of a sudden I know it can, if the upside is there, it's gonna absolutely rip. I'll do more TikTok videos about this, to be honest, but that's how I do it. There is a lot of that filtering that you have to do, but once your eyes gets used to it, it just becomes like second nature to you. You'll be able to see it within seconds and be like, no, 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 not this one. The next one, no, not this one. Let me see if I can quickly find a chart that tells me that a consolidation is about to happen and it's going to break. Genuinely, it's easy. It's not any like a hard thing. It's genuinely easy. Like, look at this one, for example. This one, candles, candles, candles. This is on the 3 months. This is on the monthly, sorry. So 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Just been going sideways. All you have to do is that see where is about to break above this level, and you buy in. And that's it. And you buy in. So it's just looking at the candles. They're stacked next to one another, and then you just buy in before the breakout and you make a lot of money. You identify them just because they're stacked next to one another. That's how you identify them. So the coin, literally, the candles are just stacked next to one another. Look, again, they're just next to one another. You can see the open is near, the low is the same. So this is the low. Look at this low, similar to this, similar to this. It's going at nearly the same levels. And then the highs are nearly the same as well. This is just about to break out. That's all you have to do. Signs of breakout is you literally just buy, and that's it. Like, there's no signs, because when it's a weekly or a monthly, you know a breakout is happening. Like, there's no way about it. It's a breakout is happening. You just have to be patient and knowing which one is going to be breaking. As long as the candles are stacked to one another, you're good. You don't have to look for anything else. If it's on the weekly and it's in the monthly, you know a breakout is happening. That's it. You don't have to think twice. Does that answer your question, Harun? You can be honest with me, please. Does that answer your question at all? Let me see if I can actually, if I'm able to share at the same time. I'm doing a live here. Let me see. I wish there's also a way I could. That would be a good day. It's just, I think what people don't, I think what I've realized is that when I started to respect price, it started to respect me back by giving me the knowledge that I need. A lot of traders don't respect. So when I tell you this candle, for example, is a green candle, they just don't respect it, know what it means. If I say, for example, they're stacked against resistance, just like respect that it's like next to resistance. Respect that this is happening. It's telling you it's happening. All you have to do is like, okay, I get the message. I get that. I get what you're trying to say to me. So now that I'm seeing this, for example, it's stacked next to one another on the monthly. So we had 4 months of consolidation. This month only, it started to be green. And I respect it because it told me it's breaking through resistance. And I just have to kind of unravel the information. I just have to like ask myself, what does this mean? What does this candle, what do the candles mean that they're stacked next to one another? What does it mean that they're going to be breaking through resistance? That's, once you figure that out, it becomes easy peasy. And then respect the time frames. There's nothing I can give you as a better advice than respect the time frames. If this is showing on the monthly, then recognize it's on the monthly. What does the monthly say? Always give us the highest direction. Monthly always gives us the highest direction. If it's not the monthly and it's going anywhere like on the 4 hours, then I would doubt it, because I only respect anything that the monthly time frame gives me, the weekly time frame gives me, and anything above that. If this you see on the 4 hour, I would tread carefully. I couldn't go in with 100K to save my life. Absolutely never. If I saw this pattern on the 4 hour, I would probably go in with 2K, 3K. But if I see this, for example, on the 12 months, which is the yearly time frame, then yes, I put everything in, you know? Let me see if I can get my son to to log in from. Oh, I need to do this thing. I hate this. I just can't. I don't know how to do this where I can. So staring. So the answer to answer your question is having the candlesticks next to one another. Time frames are very, very important. Time frames are so important. People need to really, really respect time frames. People flip through them like no care in the world, when it's literally it's the information that you need to make money or lose money, basically. So if something tells you, for example, the candles are stacked next to one another or consolidating next to one another on the 12 months time frame, you should know that it took how many years to really break out. So this is your I'm going in. If this is happening on the 4 hour time frame, you should be a bit tread carefully, because the 4 hours is always every 4 hours it changes. You don't want, it's very volatile anyway. So it doesn't really hold much value. Absolutely. Excellent question, Harun. Absolutely. The monthly time frame, anything above the 1 month tells you where the direction is going. Anything smaller than that is telling you where to enter, and that's it. So, for example, I want to enter into something, but I don't know. Am I on the uptrend? Am I on the slope? If the answer is yes, then obviously I can enter. How do I enter? I zoom in, zoom in, zoom into the 4 hour time frame, and I get the perfect price to enter. Whereas if it's, for example, you get a perfect 4 hour, But you don't know if the trend is going up or if it's sideways or down. So what's the point of even nailing a 4-hour price if you don't even know if the trend is going upwards? So I love you too. Exactly. And that's how you calculate the risk. Perfect. So always make sure that the trend first is in your favor. I don't care about I don't if a coin, listen to this. So many students have asked me this question when I was giving my TPs before and my signals before. They would say, Asma's up 25%. Why the hell are we entering now? Because once you get in and all of a sudden now it started to show me that the trend is up, I don't care if it's up 50%. I'm buying because the trend is now finally has revealed that it's up. If the trend is showing nothing sideways or down and you nail an entry, who cares about what you nailed? You want to always go with the trend. And then you calculate the risk. So start with the higher time frames. So you've got the weekly and the monthly. Then you like the trend. It tells you that the price is going to go up. If now, tomorrow, after tomorrow, it's going to go up. If you want to take a skin in the game and you want to place a trade, then you zoom in until you get into the 4 hours. The 4 hours is where you sniper enter and you enter into that price. You guys are confusing me. One is a pagan, the other one is a Christian, and now is Islam alaikum. Guys, trust me when I say you found the wrong person to debate with because I'm master debater when it comes to religion. Master debater. If there's anything more fun for me to do, is to debate you about religion. Wa alaikum assalam, Ismail. So it's very important, guys. How much am I going to say about the weekly and the monthly? I cannot emphasize how important the weekly and the monthly is. Exactly. Thank you, Harun. Perfect question. I'll tell you what it is. And you want to know the answer, the true answer, but are you going to like it though? Are you going to like my answer? People don't have confidence. Easy, right? I just told you. Candles are stacked next to candles are stacked next to one another. How many ballsy people are actually going to place a trade right now? I'm not an indecisive person. I'm extremely decisive. That is one quality that you will never find, like, never question me about. So if I see something like this, I buy. And even in the interim, if it goes down, I know that 3 months time frame, monthly time frame, they don't lie. They cannot lie. It's impossible for them to lie. 4 hour, they lie all the time. 1 hour, even worse. Pathological liars. I'm getting my source of information from the most truthful time frame, which is the 3 months. Because you know what made the 3 months candle even form? It took 3 months to form that candle. You're going to tell me 3 months of actual psychology, actual people piling in money are going to lie? I don't trust anyone that can flip on a 4-hour time frame. I can call you, Harun, and you can tell me 4 hours ago, oh, by the way, Asma, I think Bitcoin would be a good buy now. 4 hours later, you'd be like, Asma, to be honest, Bitcoin, I really don't want Bitcoin. But if someone comes to you and you say, I want Bitcoin for 3 months consecutively, for 3 months to say they want Bitcoin, are you not going to trust them? Do you understand? Are you not going to trust them? If someone for 3 months says, buy Bitcoin for 3 months, it's the same concept. So you've got a candlestick that took 3 months to develop and it's green. You're going to tell me people, traders around the world that are piling in their money for 3 months are going to lie or going to change their decision or direction on a whim? Impossible. Does that make sense, Harun? Please, if I'm not making any sense, please let me know. There's no shame in this. I just need you to understand. This is why I say to everyone, if you want the direction and you want to know if something's going up or going sideways or going down, you have to start with the monthly, the weekly. I even go from the 3 months, 6 months. Do you understand? If the 3 months, 6 months, 12 months agree with me, and I'm finding that the candles are printing clear picture, excuse me, clear picture, yes, it's a trend that's going upwards, then I can say, okay, I want a part of this. Where can I enter? What's the right price to enter? Then I can go down to the 12 hours, the 6 hours, the 4 hours, and try to get a sniper entry. Do you understand? So it's really, really important to kind of, it's genuinely so easy to do, but you just have to really trust that what the price is saying. That's what I'm saying. Respect it. If the 3 months time frame is saying something, respect it. If the 12 months time frame is saying something, respect it. Don't go by what you think is going to be right. Like what they say, I love this quote, and it's my favorite quote. Trade what you see and not what you want. What are you seeing? What I'm seeing right now on this coin, even though, by the way, speaking of which, this coin specifically, I remember back in 2017, I think, burnt me. But now it's telling me it's a buy. Do I want to buy it? I got burnt before from it, but now it's telling me on the 4 months, on the 3 months, sorry, on the monthly that it's a green. So it's like I'm going against my own will because I'm trusting the chart. So I have to trust the chart. What is the chart saying? It's a buy. So it took 1, 2, 3, 4 months of it buying at demand at support. So traders around the world, think about Australia, Canada, America, Europe, UK, all of us coming together as traders, piling in volume for 4 months, buying at support for 4 months, and we're not going to trust them? I want to see the longer the consolidation, the better it is for me, because there's more conviction behind it. There's more conviction that traders are still have so much demand. They believe in it. That's what I want to buy. But if you come to me with the 5 minutes chart, the 15 minutes chart, the 1 hour chart, I wouldn't even respond to you. Like that's for my case, for everyone, and all the students that have started to send me charts, and when they send me this 5 minutes charts, I don't even respond, because why the hell am I responding to that? I'll keep this one on the on my, yeah. I'll save this on my content so you guys can reverse back to it whenever you need. But number 1, again, stick with me, guys. Stick with me. I'm giving you free information here, guys, that took me years to freaking build. First thing you do, you go to TradingView. Sorry, you go to Binance. You go to MEXC. You go to KuCoin, any exchange. Okay? And you pick out, let's just make it easy for yourself. You pick out the very first 20 that are in green. Just select the ones that are in green. And then pile it up and put it all on your TradingView. Just go in. I'm seeing Ethereum today. I'm seeing, just add them as your watch list. And then go through every single one of them. Go into the monthly chart for every single one of them. Is there a consolidation? No? Next. Is there a consolidation? No? Next. Is there a consolidation? No? Next. I bet you're going to find one of them in the pile of 20 that is in consolidation. Then you draw your lines of support, your line of resistance. That's it. Consolidation, candles sticking right next to one another. And then you just draw your line of support, line of resistance. Whenever you see the candle that we're currently at trying to break through resistance, that's it. Bye. God spoke about you guys that you will never be pleased with Muslims, no matter what happens, because we scare you for God knows what reason. Does anyone say that Jesus is not better? Like, Jesus is our beloved prophet. What are you talking about? It's like you're giving me, like, as if you're shading, you're digging at me. I agree with you. But Jesus is not God. And I don't understand why people come here and thinking they can teach me. I'm telling you, if there's another podcast I can make with you, I can debate all time long. You found the wrong person to be intimidated by. I'm not intimidated at all. And by the way, there's 2.1 billion Muslims in the world today. Exactly. Join with the mother is fine. I want to see the trend. Okay. I want to see a trend. Go with the trend. You know, when they say the trend is your friend and blah, 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 the trend is truly your friend, because you can find an amazing opportunity on the 4-hour time frame. You buy in because it looks perfect. You're like, yes, this is giving me a bull flag, or this is giving me a descending channel, or, you know, all these newbies, they follow these patterns. And then you buy in. 4 hours later, after that, you've literally, like, it demolishes and it decimates you. It goes down. You have to ask yourself, but why? And then when you dig deeper, dig deeper, you look at the higher time frame, you find the weekly and the monthly, they're negative. They're in the red. It's not giving you any, and you're like, oh my God, it makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Ask me questions, guys. Ask me more questions. Anyone who's here just because they want a free trade, I am not doing that. Sorry. I have students, VIP students. If you want to be part of my VIP student, more than welcome. But I have VIP students who are utilizing me for that. I'm not going to be giving free trades. I have done enough yesterday. But please ask me any technical analysis. Yes, I have Ismail. Ismail, yes, I have. I'm going to save it. I promise. It's going to be on my YouTube. My neighbor is a Sikh. Very, very nice guy. Every time there's like Eid or something, he just messages me. If it's Ramadan, the same thing. And whenever he has his own celebrations, he usually comes here and borrows some of my, my kits for the barbecue, etc. And we just, yeah, it's, neighbors are supposed to be like this. Yes. So, okay, very good questions, Darren. I love these type of questions. I love these type of questions because it shows me that you guys are clearly hearing the words that's coming out of my mouth. So thank you for that. Staring is asked, do you spot this consolidation on both the weekly and the monthly? Okay, so if the monthly has a consolidation and the weekly doesn't, even if the weekly doesn't, who cares? Because the monthly is greater and it's giving me the green. So go and buy it. Do you understand? But say, for example, the weekly is giving you a green consolidation, but the monthly isn't. I would say go in 50-50. Do you understand? Maybe then the monthly will change. Once the monthly time frame will change, my God, what's going on? If the monthly time frame will change, then yes, you can go in altogether, because the best winners for me is when the monthly, the weekly, the daily are all green and giving me consolidation breakouts, all of them, then I absolutely buy. And I buy with everything without having to think how much I'm risking or anything. No. I just go and buy like a maniac. So the higher the time frame, the more truthful it is. So go with that. So for example, daily is showing you a shit show, but the monthly is absolutely amazing. Buy. Go into my, do you have access to my Telegram, Verinda? If you do, message me there. We'll discuss. But you have to go with the higher time frame. I'm giving you literally my magic on literally on a golden plate. I am telling you what gives me the edges against any other trader. And why literally I make, and you asked me, oh my, one person actually asked me, he had the guts to ask me whether I was a market maker and said, did I have insider information? Because every single one I pick, it just goes up like crazy. And I'm like, wow, wow. Because simply people didn't want to respect the time frames. The time frames was telling us all this information all along. Yes, excellent question, Harun. Harun asks, so when looking for coins, do I look for a USDT spot? Yes. I never trade against Bitcoin. Okay, because how I think of it this way, Bitcoin, back in 2017, they used to be like, oh, you have to buy against Bitcoin because then obviously you accumulate more Bitcoin. No, 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 guys. Bitcoin and altcoins are like rivalry, whatever that word is. They're opposite of each other. The moment Bitcoin gets stronger, altcoins dominance decrease. So it's like if you really want to make money of altcoins, you have to be in USDT. You can't be trading them against Bitcoin. So how can I say this? Like USDT is the way to go forward with altcoin trading. And it's the safest because if you, God forbid, say, so for example, a short shit show happen and you want to sell, for example, you can immediately click sell and that's it. It goes automatically and converts into USDT. Whereas imagine if the market is all falling and then you sell and you're in against Bitcoin, for example, you're buying, I don't know, you're selling stable coin against Bitcoin. You go back and buy, you sell into Bitcoin and Bitcoin is also falling at the same time. So there's no point. Okay. Good question, Harun. So Harun's asking, how could you explain your thought process on support and resistance? Now, I look for support and resistance according to the monthly time frame. Again, I'm going to keep speaking about monthly, guys, until you hate it, until you get it or hate it. There's no other way. Resistance means. Let me just show you. Is this showing? I hope it's clear. Look at this. This month, February, it went up to around 0.37. Look at the next month, March, went around 0.37 again. This month, April, is starting to break the previous resistance. Is it going to go towards that? There's a high possibility, okay? But let me show you what's so important about the bodies. Look at the body here and look at the body here. What did the body price close here? 0.31. And also here, when did it open? 0.31. So immediately you know 0.31 is where resistance is at. The moment you see this candle start to become over 0.31, you know a breakout is happening. Look at the support. When was support here in January 2026? Around 0.26, the 20 cents region. 20 cents region, 20 cents region, 20 cents region. Even though this tugged lower, absolutely it did, but then it did hit the 20 cent region. So look, if you look at all of these wicks, this is where all the buys are. Buys, 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 buys. So you know there's a buy here, buy here, buy here, buy here. So you know around the 20 cent region, this is where the buys are. And you know here, 31 cents is where the resistance is. Why? Because this body closed was at 31 cents. This body open was at 31 cents. And then we're breaking above that. Easy peasy. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? I know my camera, because I've got this bloody iPhone 17 thing, it always invertly camera, it like changes the camera and it makes it inverted. I know this. Okay, numbers are very important too. So you have to look at where are most of the wicks? Wicks. We'll find them at a certain price because there's a pattern. If wicks are coming at a certain price, you know the demand is the support. If the wicks are coming from the above, you know that the sellers are pushing down. So therefore it's resistance. And that's how you determine whether support and resistance are. And especially if it's on the monthly time frame. You look at the monthly time frame and you see where the support and the resistance are, and that's it. And you see there's a trend happening. January 2026, and we're in April. So that's 4 months of traders buying at 20 cent region. Gives you an inclination, like, come on, 4 months, they haven't changed. They still want to buy it. They think 20 cents for this stock is worth it. So they're buying in. And they're saying every single time it goes to 30 cents, they think it's over, it's too expensive. Let's just sell now and let's just. So it's giving you ideas. We'll go to that concert. The thing is also another thing about my VIP membership. What irritates me is that when people don't even do the maths for the fee that I ask for and what you guys are like, it's basically, it shows me a sign that if you can't do the calculations for my membership, then you don't know how to trade, because they both work together. Do you understand? Like, for instance, let me give you an example. Say this is not my charge, but say, for example, I charge $200. Okay? $200 for a month. Okay? Go into all the charts or the coins that have actually popped out. Do the maths just for today. I can write right now. Let me just do this quickly, actually. 60% today, 29% today, 27% today, 24% today, 21% today, and then 19% today. Let me just select the very first. That's 180% rise today alone. Then do the maths. If your capital size is, say, for example, 1K, do the maths. It worries me that people don't do the maths for my fee. The same, so I'm like, immediately, oh, they can't make it in trading. Because then you're not calculating your wins against the risk, the capital that you're putting in. It's the same thing. It's maths. It's the same shit. Does that make sense? For example, 180% today, okay? Say, for example, you've put in $1,000. Just do the maths. I'm not even asking for anything else. Just do the math for yourself. Today, you would have made 1,800, okay? Dollars, if you got in these 5 trades. $1,800 out of your 1,000 you've put in your own capital that you've risked. And how much is the fee membership? Say it's $200. It's not, but say it is. Have you done the math to see what your reward is for that, for your investment? So basically, the investment that you put in me is it's exactly the same investment that you would put in a coin to make money. So if you can't calculate that, then obviously you're not going to be able to make money. That's how I think of it, because in my mind, I keep thinking, haven't they done the risk reward ratio? True, the loss matters more. But then who would you lose more with? If you're doing it with a mentor, someone who's done it for many years, or if you've done it alone? I don't know. Do you have 20K to spend? Test it out? Test your own strategies out? Or do you want to miss out on this bull market just because you want to, save $200? Like, when we get a bull market, guys, it comes very fast and very quick. So last 2021, we got it February 2021. I remember 7th of February 2021. This is when everything went parabolic, and that it ended by 1st of September. So February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 6 months. 6 months of you can make money that can change your entire existence and even your children's generation. 6 months. And that only happens every 4 years. Do you want to waste on the 6 months? Do you have another 4 years to wait? Like, for example, I'm a huge drone fanatic. Crazy about drones, crazy about cameras, anything around electronic stuff. Love them. The other day, I bought a very expensive drone. I'm not going to say how much it is, but it's very expensive. Even for me, it was very expensive. But I did the immediate maths for it. Immediate maths. if this is the kind of footage I can get, if this is the amount of editing that I can do with it, if this is the kind of, I could put it on Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Generate. I'm always thinking like that. I don't know why nobody thinks like that. I'm always thinking about what investment, like even today, Adam, my son, was giving me an Oreo, chocolate Oreo. And I looked at it and I was like, I don't want it. He's like, Mama, you have to try it. You have to try it. I was like, I don't want it. It's not my favorite. Cadbury, I'm a big Cadbury girl. I looked at the back of the thing and I was like, 120 calories. In my head, I was thinking immediately, if I'm going to spend 120 calories extra that I have to burn, I might go and put it in something that I actually can enjoy, which is the Cadbury. My brain, I don't know why, it always works that way. So I'm just saying, guys, losses will happen in both markets, no matter if you're trade, like even if you are a 25 year like veteran when it comes to trading, even if you know the skill inside out, losses will happen and it's part of the game. If you're not comfortable losing, you should never ever be in the financial markets. Even as an investor, there will come times where you can put all your money into investments, and you can have even Amazon, you can buy Google, you can buy Palantir, which are like stocks that will always be there and will always exist, and they will have a quarter where it's down 5%, 6%. What are you going to do about it then? You're going to have to be comfortable with that. Otherwise, it's not the right thing for you. Do you understand? And for me, that's how I think, how I see things. Like, it's always, for me, it's always like that. Like, I just always do the maths. I always do the, what is the, okay, is it worth the risk? Is it worth the investment? Is it worth this? I always do that in my head. And if I'm a pessimist, then it's not my thing. It's not my skill. It's not for me. Because this game, I think I'll tell you what it is about. I think why I really excel at this, not because trading is easy. I genuinely think it's a personality trait because I'm such a decisive person, but I've got like such what's the word? I'm not pessimistic. Like I remember, I swear to you guys, I'm just gonna say it because I want to say it. Like for example, like I remember in back in 2021. Shall I say it? Shall I not? Shall I say it? Shall I? Anyways, I put a lot of money in the trade. It went up a lot. Took the trade out. Eagerly went back in. Next morning, woke up. I was down a lot. And if I was to show you, for example, on my phone, if I were to flip the phone and show you how much down I was, you would have literally had a panic attack. You know what I did? I washed my face, went on, watch TV, and I knew the price was gonna go up again. And then everyone around me was like, are you okay? Are you a human? Like this could have done this X, Y, and Z for you. You have to have that level of confidence. Yes, staring. I will save this and I'll leave it on my YouTube. So today the average rise was 64%. The lowest was 24%. So there's a ceiling. So the highest went today up 64% and the lowest went down 24%. But that's what I'm trying to, I don't know how, I wish I can, I don't know, I wish I can just like pull it out and give it to you. Like I don't know what to do. Like I wanna give you that conviction. But because I'm telling you right now, like I can teach you, I can do all of this, but it has to come from you. Like the will to persevere, the will to stay adamant when things show that they're negative. Like you have to have that thing in you. You understand? I can't do it for you. No matter how much trading channels and you learn, it's something that's innately in your personality as well. High levels, probably that's what it is. High levels of emotional intelligence. My sister called me in the US when I sent her screenshots of how much I was up, and she goes, Asma, are you insane? Take this money out. And I was like, no, I'm not. I took what I needed, obviously, for the month. And then I was like, no, I'm not. And the next thing I was down and I sent her a screenshot. She couldn't sleep. She couldn't sleep for me. And I was the one that's watching House. I think I was watching House then and laughing my ass off. And you have to have, I don't know how to put it, but people, anyways, that is what you need. Whatever the English word and definition for that, that is exactly what you need to become a good trader. That level of conviction, that level of, even when the shit show happens, I can make it back. This is why when I put a risk on myself, like when I'm trading leverage, and I always tell my students, don't trade leverage. Why do I do this? It's because even if I lose $15,000, for example, today, I can make $15,000 tomorrow. I know I have the skill set. Whereas if my students go around by themselves and start leveraging, they don't, I'm not saying they don't have it, but I'm just saying unlikely they will have the level of skills that I have. So why take that risk? So I'm always saying, don't leverage, don't leverage, don't leverage. And people say, oh, they think that I'm going reverse to my own suggestion. Well, I can take that risk because I know what I can. First of all, I know what I'm willing to risk on the table. So if I lose the money, I know I'm losing it before I even take the trade. That's first. And second of all, I know I can make it back. It doesn't phase me as much. No, Harun, it's not. I know you want that. You want that big win just to give yourself some freedom. It's not that easy. Three. Hold on a second. You're gonna have to wait a long time for that though, if you want a 3x. A very, very long time. And by the way, when I gave you the free trade for Lab, if you had been on that already when I told you so, you would have been up already 170%, I think. That was just a few days ago. Oh, can we speak about timing as well? That's another thing I want people to know. Timing is so important. So important when it comes to trading. People don't understand it. There will be one opportunity, that's why you have to always act fast, act fast. I told you guys yesterday, if you don't buy into Dash, you can't get in. You're going to be too late. And Dash just went up. And even if you try to get in right now, the risk to reward ratio is playing against you. You would have to risk 27% for that trade if you want to enter. If something was to go wrong, it would go down 27%. You see the difference between one day to the next, what happened? It changed your whole entire risk to ratio portfolio. If you want a 3x, 300x, which is a 3 times, you're gonna have to wait for such a long time. Such a long time with £20. And honestly, I would always suggest that you get into the meme coins with that. Do we have any other questions? I thought I wanted to make it a very short day, to be honest. Does anyone have any more questions for me? No worries, Harun. I'm very happy to help. But I'm happy that you are. Obviously, I do apologize that I'm not able to show a bloody chart like a normal human being. But next time I'm gonna get my son to help me with this stuff. But once he does, I'll be able to sort it out. But yeah. But for now, Harun, if you can, try to make a paper trading account, a fake account, or they call them a paper trading account, but it's actually not real money. They put a balance like a 500K or something like that. And then try to play around with the trades and just back test if you can. So for example, say if I was to place a trade here, would I have won money, would I have lost, etc. And then do the maths for it. See how many times you've lost, how many times you win, and then ask yourself, am I ready to put real money in? That's the way I did when I first started. Like I was back testing with fake money. and then I was winning a lot. And then I was making money like crazy on these like paper account. And I was like, oh my God, let me just try and put my real money in. And I did that. And I was slowly, I was making money. So get that. I think that because obviously when you don't have real money on the table, you get to play around with strategies. You can do the monthly week breakout. You can do the weekly breakout. You can do the daily breakout. See how many times how much it runs for, and how often it happens. And then you can just do your own stats that way and see if it works or not. I think that would be the way I would go about it if I was to start from zero. Alrighty? Alrighty, guys. You take care. I'm gonna let you go. I hope that was good enough. 53 minutes went so quick, guys. Crazy. No worries, Harun. Happy to help. Have a great evening, guys. Ciao, ciao.